What's going on, guys? We're back with another Diablo 4 video. In this video, we're going to go over the skill tree system and explain exactly how it works in order for you to unlock all of those skills. And this is just going to be the very, very basics. If you're going to want an in-depth guide on what skills to get and all that stuff, I'll have that in future videos as I level up. As you see, I'm only level 4 right now, but I figured I already understand how the skill tree system works, so I can let you guys know the basics on what will be happening with the skill tree, so that way you guys don't have to worry and freak out about using those very first skill points. Now, to begin with, to open up the skill tree, you just press the A button, and once that opens up, you will see your skill tree right here. Now, we get one available skill point for every level that we have gained. So you start at level 1, I'm level 4, so I've leveled up 3 times, so I've got 3 available skill points. Now, if we scroll out right here, we can see there's a bunch of things right here. This looks very confusing. There's a whole bunch of different paths and trees, and it looks very, very confusing to begin with. So let's go ahead and start by splitting up the trees. As you see right here, it has a huge long line right here. These right here are all one category. We go on over to this next area right here, and it's got the level 2 category. And if we scroll on down over here, it's the level, this is basically a level 12 category, since you need 11 skill points in order to unlock it. And then once you've unlocked 16, you get more and more, and eventually you get all the way down to the bottom. So to begin with, you're just obviously going to be having your very first skill point. Now, what are you going to want to do with that very first skill point? You're going to want to choose one of these abilities right here. Whichever ability sounds the best to you, you can go ahead and read it. For me, I'm a rogue. So as you see right here, they have them color coded for you, so you can tell if you would like to have a melee version or if you would rather have a ranged version. So the blue color will tell you that it's a ranged skill. So if you prefer to play more of a ranged style, you can go ahead and pick blue. Or if you want to pick melee, you can go ahead and pick red. Now again, I'm not going to be going over which skills are the best, just the basics on the skills. So for example, let's go ahead and say I want to pick this invigorating strike skill. If we pick it, we will go ahead and put 1 skill point into that. As you see, this little red line starts to move on over to here, and we cannot quite unlock this just yet. So we have to go ahead and add 1 more skill point, and then we will unlock that. So as you see right here, we have 1 out of 5 on here and 0 out of 5 on the others. If you would like to change up your gameplay style, you could go ahead and unlock another one of these. As you saw right here, my basic skill changed. And again, if you didn't see, I'll refund it. You can refund it for free for the first 8 levels. So you can go ahead and try all the basic skills that you want until you figure out what you like. So as you see, now it's back to gray. So I pick the first skill, and then it changes that right there. So that gives you your basic attack right there. Now, in the beginning, early game, you're not going to want to unlock these other abilities because you're not going to be able to use them. So I would recommend just go ahead and upgrade the basic attack by going into the smaller skill tree. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and unlock this skill right here, which will power up our basic attack. Now, as you saw, the red line went ahead and moved over here and unlocked here. And if we look over here, now these numbers have gone down as well. So as you see, this is now 4, so we need to get 4 more skill points in order to unlock these, and so on and so forth all the way to the bottom. Now we're on to the second part over here. This is going to be skills that spend resources to deliver powerful attacks. So this will be your right click. And again, you'll do the same exact thing as you did before. You could go ahead and pick any skill that you want. Again, if you want to pick a ranged skill, pick the blue one. If you want to pick a melee skill, pick the red one. And go ahead and pick whatever sounds best to you again. And then you could go ahead and upgrade that skill, because again, you're not going to want to pick these since you want to stick to 1 skill for now. So whichever skill you pick, go ahead and start upgrading it through here to continually power that up. And then once you get onto here, you move on down and you can upgrade this. This will be your skill 1. And then you move on down to this. This will be your skill 2, your skill 3, your skill 4, which is your ultimate skill, and your skill 5, which is a passive skill. So again, these numbers right here just tells you how many points you need until you unlock that skill. So as you see right here, we've got to spend 3 more points in order to unlock the next skill. So that just means you want to start unlocking the smaller ones, or you could go ahead and upgrade the skill again right here to increase the power of your skill as well. Now, again, we're not going to be going over what is the best and what is not the best, but we're just going to be explaining the basics. Now, say you want to try out something else, but you don't want to spend a refund, because remember, you get the first 8 levels infinite refunds. You can refund it as much as you want. But say you just want to try out another skill just to do it, but you don't want to spend the gold for the refund, you can do that. So let's go ahead and refund just so I can show you how we can change that. So, for example, if we want to have, say we have Invigorating Strike again, you see how it's down there. Say like you're fighting a boss and you realize my basic attacks are useless, I need to change to ranged. You can also unlock the range skill right here, and as you see right now, it went on to my second skill since it was available, but I could also unlock that right there. Now you see I have my resource spender skill nowhere on my bar. So how do I get to my resource spender skill that I just unlocked? Well, in order to do that, you will press the S key right here, and then you can go ahead and left click assign skill, and you can place it on whichever skill bar you would like to place it on. So I would like to place it right there, and then you will now have your recess generator and your recess source spender. And again, if you would prefer it the opposite way, you could go ahead and move it to make that your left click. However you want to set it up, the game is very customizable and it will let you customize it however you like. So it's pretty good way to test out the skills if you don't want to refund and min-max one ability and you just want to try everything out. You could easily unlock all the skills and just try them all out for fun and figure out which ones you like best. And then afterwards, you can go ahead and refund it by spending the gold. And again, the gold cost will get higher as you level up, so I do recommend either reading through all of the skills and figuring out which skills sound best to you, or you could go ahead and look up a guide on all of the different types of skills. Now, as you see on the rogue tree, there are a couple other colors that I have not really mentioned. As you see, there's these yellow colors right here. These yellow colors are more of a passive skill. So again, red is melee, blue is ranged, and yellow is more of a passive skill. So as you see right here, this is a critically striking an enemy, gives movement speed. So it's just a passive. As you see, it's not attached to any specific skill tree. It's just a passive that you can unlock. And obviously the more powerful passives are going to be further down on the skill tree. And eventually you'll be able to get all the way down to your ultimate and so on and so forth. But that's just the very, very basics of the skill tree system. I'm not sure if you can unlock multiple of these skills and use all of them on the bar and not have to use these. I'll let you guys know further on in the future. But this video is just to let you know the basics of how the skill tree system works, and to make sure you guys know you don't have to worry so much about min-maxing and trying to follow a meta build in the very beginning. Go ahead and have some fun, test out some builds yourself. And again, whenever you want to refund, it just costs a little bit of gold and you can do it absolutely for free. You don't have to worry about, I gotta buy a refund scroll on the cash shop or something like that, because a lot of games nowadays have those kinds of things. It's all with in-game gold. It might get to be super expensive when we're higher levels, but again, the first 8 levels is free, so go ahead and try out all of these different basic attack skills and figure out which playstyle is your favorite. Now that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys want to see in-depth builds on the Rogue, since that's the current class that I'll be maining, I will go ahead and be putting out that as I get to the higher combat levels. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.